Hey there, folks. We're back again with another tier list. This time, we're going to be discussing NXT Champions and Cruiserweight Champions from the beginning of 205 Live to now. I'm joined, of course, by Zach and Knock. How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
Hey, man, I'm good. Glad to be here.
All right. So, coming up, before we start, I'm going to explain the rules for this one. If you guys know how we do things, usually we do like main event to load tier, but this time I decided we're going to do the grades, and we're going to have two people in the S rank category, one for the NXT champions, one for the Cruiserweight champions. So this time there can only be two. Everybody clear?
Yeah.
All right. We've got the veto at the end of always. What was that, Zach?
Nothing. I just agreed. I'm clear.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Without further ado, we're going to get started. It's alphabetical order. Unfortunately, I wish we could have saved him for last because he's so great, but Adam Cole Bebe is first on the NXT champion side. Knock, where would you put Adam Cole?
Looks like we're starting off at the top. I got to put him in S-Class. The longest reigning champ. Had great matches all through that run. Yeah, he's S-Class for me. Adam Cole, baby.
How about you, Zach?
I agree, man. So every champion, usually the problem is getting to the title. With Cole, he's like the only one that I remember that I really loved having the title on.
Yeah, completely agree. Straight to S-Class. He did the title right. We all knew he was going to be champion. It was just a matter of time, but he was a true fighting heel champion. Let's see if Keith Lee can keep up with him. But we're going to jump over to the Cruiserweight side. Short champion, Akira Tozawa. He got the title from Neville back when he was part of Titus Worldwide.
Yep.
I remember being more impressed with how they were building him than with the actual matches. So I'm going to say C.
I'll do you one better. I'm giving it a D. If you remember, he had the title for like a week. I can't justify putting this anywhere else. It was a weak champion. I'm sorry, Akira.
Yeah, I'll give it a D too.
I was gonna say D, but there's somebody else on this list who I think was worse. But I'm gonna agree.
Okay.
But I think D is still a good place for him.
It didn't make sense from the winning title right there. You had Neville doing the best work of his career at the time. He came off a great run with Austin Harris, who could have got the title, and then you threw this guy out of nowhere. They were still building him. He wasn't ready yet.
Yeah. You know what? Actually, it's a good thing you say D, because maybe Tozawa was the person I was thinking of that was D, so you saved me anyway. But I just realized, before we started recording, we thought Mustafa Ali should have been on this list.
Yeah.
Austin Aries should have been on this list. It's a shame that he did not get the title. He's not here.
Should have, man. You can't recover from losing 4 straight times. Yeah. Not even Austin can.
But we'll go ahead. We're jumping back to the NXT side. We've got Aleister Black. I think the chase was more fun than when he was actually champion. He had some great matches for me.
Yeah.
But I'll say maybe a low A. Maybe I'll say low A for now.
I'll give him a B. I do like this guy. He's one of the few that buys into the character, has the mystique still. He hasn't lost that mystique. War Raiders. But if you remember his run, it kind of got cut short because of the Gargano Ciampa storyline that was so great that was coming through. And he had to carry guys in matches. Like, he actually had a really good match with Lars Sullivan. And I feel like the competition he gave him for his title run wasn't the best to really make the best of it, make the most of it, I mean. So I'll give it a B because he put on the work. It just wasn't the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll agree with the B. That's all fair points. And, when you get guys like these and guys like The Undertaker, guys like Bray Wyatt, Bray I can kind of adjust to, like, he wants the title more. But when you get these dark entities, it's like, why do they want to belt? I can see storylines and why you want to do that with them. But with Bray, I can understand because it's kind of fun, like screwing everyone over and taking the belt, the thing that everyone else wants. But with all dark entities, like even with Aleister Black, it's just didn't seem like he wanted to be like the champ. But I really like the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did he lose the belt? I forget. 'Cause I remember that storyline where he got knocked out and like he had to find out who attacked him. Did he actually lose the belt?
Yeah, because Gargano came out and ruined it for him.
Oh yeah, he did. I just wasn't sure if that was the rematch or that was that when he lost the belt. Okay.
Yeah. I think Black was probably his best when he didn't have the belt. Now I look back, so I think B's perfect for him. Next up, Andrade Cm Almas. The person Alistair took the belt from, during his reign, he had a good little match with Gargano. Match of the year, actually. I shouldn't say little match. I can't remember who he took it from, though. It's going to hit me. Drew McIntyre.
Oh, it was Drew. Yeah.
Where would you put him, Zach?
I'll put him in, I'm going to say high B or low A, just because this came out of nowhere for me. I was kind of in and out of NXT this time, and I actually grew to like him because he was the champ.
Yeah,
same.
They had that weird storyline where he wasn't really focused before this, and then Zelina Vega came in, set him straight, and he was just winning.
Mm-hmm.
His match with Gargano was the only 5-star match that he's had in like 10 years or so, or whatever.
Yeah,
I'll give him A just for that. He was a big part of that match, and his performance in this growth as Zelina was really good. I thought it was a good run.
Yeah, I think just for that match, I think he was a good heel, a nice stable heel. I'll give him that A, nice low A. Well, all right. Next up, we go to someone who this guy went from being like probably my favorite person on NXT to someone who I wish they didn't bring him up to Raw. Angel Garza on the Cruiserweight champion side. I give him an A. Not even for his reign, just for him as a person. I'm being biased straight to A.
What happened with his reign? Like, how did that end again? Did he just lose, or they called him up?
It was short. He lost it in a fatal 4-way when Leo Rush got pinned by Jordan.
Yeah, that's what happened. Shit. I really like the guy. I've been following his career for a bit. He's so charismatic. I don't like his finisher. I think he needs to change that. I don't buy into it. But I'm gonna give it a high B because it was cut short. But he is just so charismatic.
I think the potential was high. I think he would have been a top 3 Cruiserweight champion if they let it go. So I'll be realistic. I'll change it to a B. How about you, Zach?
Yeah, I'll say that too. You guys hit all the points on him.
He is one of the better Cruiserweight champions now. Think about it, looking at all these champs.
Yeah.
He made it interesting. There's very few people that did for that belt.
Yeah, the dude was just really good, and he still is. I hope they do something with him on Raw.
Yeah.
All right.
Him and Andrade is really good together. I like them a lot.
Yeah, that's true. If they have a match together or against each other, then hopefully that'll be something. We're gonna go on to Big E, the second NXT champion. Got some notes from here. He defeated Rollins in a no DQ match. I kind of wish I watched Big E before he was NXT champion because I was reading up on him. This dude was on a winning streak. Vicky Guerrero put a bounty on him just to injure him.
Yeah.
Apparently he had some good stuff.
Master of the 5 count.
Yeah. I think at one point on the podcast we might have said that he was a 5-time NXT champion. That was incorrect. He was just 1 time. But he defended against. He defended against Connor, Corey Graves, Brad Maddox, and Damien Sandow. Where do you guys put him?
Damn.
I did not watch NXT at this time. I did not have access to it, so I can't really rate him. But now I'm going to go back on the network and watch all this now that you said all that.
Yeah. It's pretty solid. Watching some of his matches back, I think he was a steady champ. I think I put him here as a placeholder, but I think C is where I would put him.
It's hard to put him in C, having him get a nice singles run. But he really didn't. This is back before NXT really broke out. He didn't really have a lot of people to go against besides Rollins.
Yeah, this is before he had personality too. This was when he was just
Yeah.
Big E Langston.
Yeah. Shit. I'll give him a B because he beat Rollins.
Okay.
And I like the B. A little biased in that. In my opinion.
I'm willing to compromise with that. I'll put him in B. Because he was a fair, like, it wasn't a bad reign. It wasn't special,
Yeah.
but it wasn't bad. All right. Next up, we've got, I can't tell by the picture, but it's Bo Dallas, the third NXT champion. Took the title from Big E to, I give him props. I think we've talked about before how the Bo Leave thing wasn't the best, but
No.
he did get a lot of heat from it, from fans. Fans would turn their back on him, which to physically get fans to turn their back, that's something. He defended against Cesaro and Leo Kruger, or the original Adam Rose.
Oh, okay.
This one I'm also gonna say C. Nothing special, nothing bad.
Yeah. The fact that he was the first NXT champ to walk in and take over, with the belt. And he defended against Cesaro. I'll give him that. I'll give him a C on that alone. I damn near want to give him a D, but I hated the Bo Leave movement stuff.
Yeah.
And I didn't really watch his NXT, so I can't really blame him. But he was kind of a face when he got called to the main roster, I believe, right? I remember him being pushed that way, and I just didn't buy into it anyway. But he was a big deal back then as a heel, so I'll give him credit.
Yeah. How about you, Zach?
This is when I started watching wrestling. I'm actually gonna give him a B. He was really good in NXT as champ. I really liked him. I had real high hopes for him when he got called up to the main roster. Boy, was I wrong. They really didn't know how to use him on there. But yeah, I'll give him a B. That was a good run.
Okay.
I'll switch that. You can put him in the B section.
Very nice. All right. Next up, we've got Bobby Roode, the glorious one. And I know he's stuck in Canada right now with the whole coronavirus, but just his whole main roster stint compared to this, blah.
He came off so strong, man. He was so good.
It's a damn shame. Where would you put him? This is his peak, so it sucks to say whatever grade he gets here is probably like the highest he's gotten in WWE.
Yeah. I love Roode, but I mean his title run was good. If we're looking at the title run, I'll put it in the B section. Beating Shinsuke, that's a big deal. I honestly didn't think he'd beat him.
Yeah.
Who did he lose to? Do you guys remember?
Drew?
Was it Drew?
King's a face?
Yeah, I think you're right. Okay.
Yeah, I'll put it there too. It was a really good time in NXT actually for matches like this. A lot of the takeovers had real big match feels to it. Yeah, I'm just gonna pretend the main roster stuff didn't really happen.
Yeah, I'm sure he does too.
They could have used him so well, man.
You think all these people jumping ship to Impact, Bobby Roode, any chance of him jumping over there eventually, going back?
Is Storm still over there?
Storm's not. He was in NWA last time I saw him. But I wouldn't rule out him making a return.
All right, we're gonna jump over to the cruiserweights for a while. We're gonna start with Brian Kendrick, the second cruiserweight champion. I remember being so invested in this storyline because like the build of like, I'm an old man, I just want one more title reign, and begging TJP for that. I was hooked, but the payoff just wasn't worth it. I'll say C.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Same. I liked his submission move he developed, the Pirate Soak. I thought that was really cool. I just wasn't into the storyline at all. I thought the Cruiserweights took a dip. C.
Yeah. All right. We go on next to Buddy Murphy. My opinion, second best Cruiserweight champion. I am willing to give him an A.
Same.
Oh, definitely. Yep.
He carried 205 Live.
He did. 100%.
And he did all the stuff on Zone too because he knew he was drowning. Once they took Bliss away from the tag team, and then once everything else started happening, like he reinvented himself for the better.
Yeah.
Now he's cosplaying as Tormund on WWE Raw. Seth Rollins and Jon Snow.
Oh man, it's a shame because I think some of these people, maybe 205 Live was best for them. They could just be Buddy Murphy and like be great, but who knows? But the man that he took it from, Cedric Alexander, I'm gonna say B. It was a very steady run, undefeated. They booked. Okay, so they do this with black champions a lot. They book them undefeated during their reign, and it's a solid reign. But there's nothing interesting to it, in my opinion.
I believe that there's nothing interesting in Cedric Alexander. That's why.
Oh, definitely. I don't see him as he's a great wrestler.
He's so athletic, but like zero personality.
Yeah. Even that picture is just there.
The best he had with his run was when he was with Mustafa Ali. Mustafa Ali brought so much to it, so much of that charisma and like energy to it. Besides the match, so yeah, B's fine. He carried it as well. It's just the excitement wasn't there, really.
Yeah, it was like he was a fighting champion, but the fight was boring. Not boring, but just bland. Yeah. All right.
And honestly, Eric, how you just said that they basically put a lot of black champs the same way. Like I saw that right when he won the belt. I'm like, they're gonna do this, then they did it. They're gonna do this, then they did it. This is how he's gonna lose. Okay, that's how he lost. It was a blueprint that they used.
Yeah. Like he got more interesting towards like after he lost the title, but then they called him up and they stopped that story where he was about to turn heel.
Yeah, that's right. I do want to see him. I want to see him be an asshole.
Yeah, it looks like he would be a great heel.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go ahead. Next up, Drew Gulock. I keep forgetting that he was Cruiserweight champion, and it's not even his fault. It's just they called him up kind of soon after, and he lost to Leo Rush.
Yeah.
Where would you put him, Zach?
I'll put him in a C, I guess. I don't know. There's just nothing about it that really stuck to me.
Yeah. I feel like it was due. Like, he was just doing nothing on 205 Live for a while, but we all knew he was going to get it.
Right.
So I'm glad he did, but when he got it, it just wasn't anything special.
And I'm more excited now to see him just have a regular match on SmackDown, because they're great matches. But to see him like as champ was just like, all right.
Yeah. It was that period when, what was it? We didn't know if 205 Live was going to get canceled or if they were going to go to NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For the title reign, I think a C is fine, because like you said, we didn't know if this was about to be canceled or not. There was a lot of uncertainty. But him, he was good. It was well overdue.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we go back to the NXT Championship for a second. We're going to have Drew McIntyre. Big Bad Drew. Where would you put him, Knock?
I hate to say it, but I think it was a C reign. I don't know, like a high C. Definitely the highest of that group. I just don't think it was that long. It really was that memorable.
Yeah, how about you?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I want to say C. It was just like, you paid attention to him on the indies, then he came back to NXT and he was great. But then like I don't know, there's just like something missing once he got the title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
he wanted like the
help
redemption
either.
story. Right. So it's good to see the champ that he is now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was kind of strange he went to NXT at all. Like, usually when they get people off the indies like that, it's just so they can get used to the wrestling style, but he was already WWE grown. He knows their style.
It was his punishment for getting fired.
Makes sense. All
I'm glad he went there, though.
Yeah. It was good buzz. And honestly, I mean, he wrestles great today, but he was like jumping over the top rope in NXT. So that was still cool to see. But all right, we go back to the Cruiserweight Championships. This one I know we're going to be divisive on.
Oh, yeah.
Enzo Amore. Oh, man.
His best friend.
My best friend. The nicest guy in the world, and you can't teach that. Man. This guy, I still look up to I still love his promo that he cut on every single Cruiserweight, except for Kalisto, because Kalisto doesn't matter. But every single Cruiserweight was just there, and he cut a promo, and he tells a story about how the women's match before it went short, so they just told him go out there and kill time, and that's what he did. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, Duke can talk. I'll give him that.
He took it off the wrong champion, though. He did.
Yeah.
They should not have had him take it off Neville.
Yeah, that was my issue with like a Brian Kendrick or like wrestlers like that, or at the time, because Brian usually does wrestle at a fast pace, but like with the Cruiserweight belt, you're looking for like these action-packed matches. They always slowed it down so much, it didn't feel like it fit. That's part of the thing I took with Enzo.
Yeah. Where would you put him, Knock?
Oh, he's an F for sure. I didn't meet him in real life, so I mean, I don't have that personal connection with him. Like I said, Duke can talk. I hope he does get a chance somewhere else, eventually. But this reign sucked. He almost killed the division for me. The division was on life support.
I'm gonna go before you, Zach, because I'm gonna vote A.
You said it would be divisive.
I saw it as because I think the strategy was they were trying to get more main roster eyes on 205 Live. I don't know if it did or not.
I completely understand that, but
I don't know. I liked it and I hated it at the same time. I liked the low blows. I like that he was main eventing Raw 3 weeks in a row somehow.
What about his Nia Jax storyline?
You know what? if it meant Nia would have been busy in 205 Live and not Raw, then that's just twice as good. How about you, Zach? Where would you put him?
It's up to you, man.
I'm gonna say A.
All right.
I'm going to say it, man. He brought ratings. The bit where he went around and said something about every single member of the 205 Live. This is just shit I remember. His matches were trash, but
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know. I thought it was just smart booking for the time.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say enough how trash his matches were, but that's why I like the low blow. They knew that, so like, okay, just go around kicking everyone in the junk. That's what you do.
So they tell everybody.
But all right now, I'm sorry to who else here? Cedric, Angel. It hurts me to put him above Angel Garza. Any solace. But we're gonna go ahead to Finn Balor, the now second longest reigning champion in NXT history.
It looks like he's wearing the Divas title there.
Right. Let's see. Did I have votes for Finn? No, I didn't. All right, going off memory.
Yeah.
He lost it to Joe. Who did he win it from? Was it Kevin Owens?
Yep.
Oh man. Do you guys have any fond memories of Finn Balor as champion?
This is where NXT I thought took off, and it was just now. Okay, this is a major deal everywhere. He had a lot of good, hard-hitting matches, even with Joe when he lost the belt. I remember a lot of good stuff from his match. I remember a lot of good things I liked.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna. When I think of it, even though Seth is the first champion, whenever I think of the first real champion, I think of Finn.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to say A.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go A also. He made them not feel like, the developmental brand anymore. I mean, it was a whole bunch of other people too, but he definitely feels like the champion when I think of NXT champs.
Definitely. And I'm kind of glad he's also in NXT right now because back in the day, Finn was making six figures in NXT most of the time. So I hope he can teach them, hey, look into outside interests, look into making money outside of here too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go ahead now. The heart and soul of NXT, Johnny Wrestling. I wish I didn't have to do this, but I'm going to. I was gonna say F because how short it was.
Oh my gosh.
But then I remember the win itself. I don't find the win as emotional as it should have been because it wasn't Ciampa. It was a great win.
Yeah.
But it wasn't Ciampa. I'm gonna say B. That's my vote.
Yeah, if this was a tier list for best NXT superstars, this guy would be S-class, first Grand Slam winner. But his reign as NXT champ was short, and we didn't get that Ciampa match that we needed, that payoff, because that would have been amazing. Great match with Cole, and I think when Cole, he had 3 matches with Cole that were really good, but he lost the belt. So, yeah, B's fine to put where I think.
Yeah, I mean that really is unfortunate about the Ciampa match. It's so weird how one thing could have made something so great, and it sucks to take that away from Johnny on this. But I felt without that Ciampa match, again we just have someone going for the belt. We have the Chase storyline.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it being in the B because I did want to keep seeing him as champion as champ.
Yeah. Also, the king of attires. I love his comic book inspired attires he wears.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. When we get to Sami Zayn, I'm starting to realize I don't think Triple H knows how to book baby faces. Maybe because he wasn't a baby face or at least a good baby face for a while. But Sami Zayn and Gargano, both like emotional wins that just had short reigns.
Yeah.
But all right, we're gonna go on to Cruiserweight champion again, Jordan Devlin. Knock, where would you put him?
He's technically still a champ, but man, he's had some bad luck with a lot of stuff. And then COVID being trapped in England. I wonder how they're gonna have him come back as champ with another heel Escobar. Honestly, I have to put it in the C, and that's just based off he's still a champion. You can still have more to come, but he hasn't had much to do.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll see him.
I agree. All right, straight to the C. All right, putting you right there. Moving on. I'm man. With Kalisto, Cruiserweight champion.
He's another one who had like a weak reign, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember him only winning because they did a thing where like every other cruiserweight couldn't challenge, and it was, I don't know. He didn't need the Cruiserweight championship. He didn't do anything with it, and I just don't like him.
This was really bad because I think this was around the time, like right before he won this belt, he was thrown in a trash can on live television. And they're like, oh, so this is how that.
That's right. Yeah, when they would like bury him on Raw, but they could do great on 5.
Exactly. It was a bad run. This is a net.
Yeah.
Oh, Kalisto. All right. Next up, we go to the current NXT champion, ex-North American champion, Keith Lee. This is a little harder because obviously he just started the reign.
Yeah.
So this is going to be more of a question of what do you predict his grade will be?
It's hard to tell because they took that belt from him.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that was the right move?
I think it was. You don't want to hold up the division like that.
I don't hate it. It does differentiate them from New Japan Pro since Naito was dual champion. But I wouldn't have hated seeing Keith Lee do double duty on TakeOver. And if he lost or if something happened, I would have been fine with it. It's double duty. He could have lost the second match.
Yeah, I wanted to see a very strong Keith Lee defend both titles.
Yeah.
But then again, part of me likes the storyline that they did with it. And like you said, don't hold up the division. And also, you're risking more injury on Keith if you have him like that.
Yeah.
That's true.
I feel that way. It would have been nice to see him do one takeover where he defend both belts. I do admit that. Just don't do it a long term. If it was one takeover, I would have been fine with that.
Right. Yeah.
I think it's going to be an A.
Yeah. I think it's going to be an A, but I think it might be short. I think Karrion Kross might get him.
Okay, no, that changes it because if it's short, I don't think I want to give him the A then.
So if they have like a killer match 5-star, but he loses,
I would give him a B, just like Johnny Gargano.
Yeah.
That's
a high B because I guess unlike Johnny, he had two great, like the Adam Cole match where he won it was great.
Yeah, and the first ever double champ when he won.
Okay, yeah, you convinced me. Okay, I'm gonna vote A then because that's 3 things. He's got double champ, Adam Cole, and Karrion Kross. So
I feel like maybe Dijakovic. What's his name?
Dijakovic.
Thank you. I hope that he interferes in this match and takes out Cross to keep the title on Lee. Because I know we've talked about it in the podcast.
Okay.
We're starting to see the roster not be what, like back when the Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens time, and like in Finn and all these guys, the roster's not like it was then. So I hope they keep the title on Lee, and hopefully it can get to like an S-class title run.
Okay. I'll be fine with that because it would be a nice way that makes sense to protect Karrion, but have Keith still go over.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Okay. So just to be clear, I'm voting A. Zach, you're voting
A.
Hey, all right. Alrighty. Let's hope it lives up to it. Maybe it'll go past. We'll see. We're going to go back to the past. Kevin Owens, the prize fighter, defended the NXT Championship on Raw. I believe the only person to do so, unless Adam Cole. He did on SmackDown.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. I think this Kevin Owens is the best Kevin Owens. I'm not
easily.
Yeah,
by far.
They butchered him. They nerfed him. I'm willing to. I almost want to say S, but I'm going to say A.
I'm going to go the full 4. I'm going to go S class. The dude beat John Cena while he was still NXT champ. Then when he was while he was NXT champ, he did a lot of good stuff, man.
Yeah.
I might put him in S too, because this is where I feel like Triple H and Vince are parents. So you get the cool parent, Triple H, this is what you get. And then you get Vince, who's the sucky parent, and then you got to act a different way. This Kevin Owens is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and remember how he won, right?
Oh, yeah. Just destroyed Sami Zayn.
Destroyed Sami Zayn, turned heel.
Man. I remember when he first came up, because I didn't watch him win the title. I assumed it was like a full match. So I looked all over the network for a match that didn't exist, of them going for hours. But it was just a short little Kevin Owens just beating him into the apron.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, all right. He gets the S rank. I dig that. All right, next up, we're going to go back to the Cruiserweight division. We've got the man of the hour, Lio Rush. Good defenses. I remember before he lost it to Angel. First of all, he and Angel had some great matches. But
great matches.
I feel like he defended against someone before him and he won. I can't remember. But point is, if you can remember, then let me know. But Leo, I'm gonna vote B.
Yeah, I'll put B is fine. I wish the title reign was longer. I was really happy when he won. He was less cocky on Twitter right before he won, and it was just really cool to see him, I don't know, in a really positive place and get a championship belt.
Very true. How about you, Knock?
See, this is when I was torn because Leo was so good as champ, but I also Angel Garza was so good, so I wanted him to win. I know he defeated Garza once before he lost it to him. I just don't remember exactly who else he beat. But he had some really good title defenses. This might be an A for me, even though it was a little short.
Yeah. I might veto it into an A later, but right now I'll stick with B. It was a good place. I hope he's happy now, because he seemed like you said, Zach, he was positive when he won the title. Now it's like he's just starting to wind down, maybe get ready to leave the business.
Do you remember who he beat?
Drew Gulock.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I think it was. I keep wanting to say the last episode of 205 Live because in my mind it's gone, but it's still going. We're gonna go. I'm gonna move him straight up here, and this whole discussion is why Neville is the greatest cruiserweight champion of the modern era.
Okay.
So King of Cruiserweights. Vince dropped the ball on this so hard. He really did. I would have loved to see Neville hold the Cruiserweight Championship and maybe the Intercontinental or something else. I would love to have seen him be a dual champion.
He deserves so much better, man.
That was just so good. I can't remember who it was who told him to do this, but when he started going for the red arrow and then just jumping down and locking in the brutalizer,
my gosh,
that was just brilliant.
Brilliant. I remember he did to Austin Aries' back and then just put it in that way. It was so smooth. It looked so good. Yeah, this is S-Class for me, easily.
Yeah.
Totally. This is the most I ever cared about this belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, like what we said earlier, with like Seth Rollins was the first NXT champ, but we just think of like Balor. That's what I think with the 205 Live Championship with Neville. Because when it first debuted with TJ Perkins and like Brian Kendrick and even Rich Swan, sadly, it just wasn't at this level.
I'm going to say I don't think anyone's ever going to pass this.
Buddy Murphy came close, but
He did.
I don't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll see what Santos does also.
true. All right, we're gonna stick with Neville, but it's a nicer, slimmer Neville when he was NXT champion. I didn't know he has the third longest reign in NXT history. And let's see what else he did. Defended against Sami Zayn, Tyson Kidd, and Tyler Breeze in a fatal four-way. Won the title against Bo Dallas in a ladder match, and he defended against Brodus Clay at some point.
He had a great run in NXT.
He did.
Yeah.
He did win a tag belt too. Yeah, definitely A class.
Yeah, I agree. He was always talented. It was just like I did not think he was gonna survive after the original season of NXT, or I guess it was season 2, when they were trying to bill him as like a rat. He was just a fan of rats, and he looked like a rat.
I didn't know this.
I missed that shit.
So stupid.
It was awful. It was entirely stupid. And then I think the next season immediately after, they just dropped all of it when they realized, oh shit, this guy can fly and he can actually wrestle. We should let him do that. But all right, we're gonna go back to cruiserweights. We've got Rich Swan. I can't remember for the life of me. He just dropped it, right? He didn't lose it. He dropped it after the whole sexual abuse.
Do you remember who champion was after him?
Cedric?
I forget too. I don't remember him. Obviously, don't remember him losing it. So he might have just dropped it.
Yeah, I think he dropped it. Oh, I think this might have been a tournament which led to Cedric versus Mustafa.
No, that wasn't it. I think he might have lost to Neville. No, yeah, he lost to Neville. Neville beat him at the Rumble, I believe.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay.
That's when Neville started the. That's when he started the King of the Cruiserweights. That's when it started.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look back at that match. It must have been a good match. Those two.
Yeah.
All right. Charisma. I honestly thought Cedric was gonna get before Rich, but Rich is very talented. Personal issues got in the way. I'd give him a C, a low C.
Let's see, where did he put Brian Kendrick? I gotta give him a B. I thought he was way better than this. When Kendrick's run, he brought the first bit of excitement to the title for me, personally.
True. Would you put him above Cedric or below?
Definitely the end of the B's. His reign wasn't that good, but he had some good moments.
How about you, Zach?
I'd say a high C. I could put like a B minus though. He wanted to fight as a champ. Like, you know, it wasn't like a big open challenge every week kind of thing, but it was just like, all right, you can challenge me, let's do it.
Okay. Down with that. All right, low B. And next up, NXT Champions. We've got two more before we get back to cruiserweights. Sami Zayn. Big emotional payoff. He defeated Neville in a career-threatening match, and then he lost his house 62 days later to Kevin Owens. He did defend against Neville once, so it wasn't just a straight. At least he defended it, unlike Gargano. But I'll say low B.
I'm not gonna give him a C, honestly. His best match didn't come with this title.
Yeah, that was the thing. I didn't mind him as a champ, but I'm trying to really think on him as a champ, what he did.
I'm only counting the win, because that's the only thing you can count. But C might be fair, because as champ, he didn't do that much. It wasn't like.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a C, I'd put him above all the rest of those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. All right. Next up, Big Bad Samoa Joe. Knock, where are you putting him at?
I'll put him an A, but I damn near want to put him an S. This is my personal bias. First two-time NXT champ. Great matches. Came in like a beast. They wanted to give him the Cassius Ohno treatment, pretty much, where he just an enhancement. They wanted to like change his name. He set such a precedent when he came in here, and he dominated, and he kept his name that he had built with, which they didn't normally do. And hell of a matches he had. The Balor, Shinsuke, great stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really argue putting it in S. I want to say A just because I feel like they didn't do enough with it, which is it's hard to say because if you watch Samoa Joe, you'd be like, oh, it's a great run. If you know what Samoa Joe can really do, like I felt like they didn't go full bore with Samoa Joe. So I'd probably just say A.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He's such a good fucking villain. He's so good. He knows exactly what to say and how to get at anybody. You could have put anyone in NXT at that time. You could have put with him a new developmental person, anybody, and he would have made them look like a superstar.
Yeah,
100%.
Arguably, Shinsuke's best matches were against him in NXT.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every now and then I'll go back, and because like I keep forgetting which match comes in what's like sequence, I'll go back and I get to just enjoy it. I forget who wins, who lost. It's a great match.
Yeah.
He's a good example of someone who knows, like back in the day, like just a popular one. Chris Jericho had to wrestle all over the world. That was kind of what you did at the time. Chris can work with luchadors. He can work with people from Japan and all that. Joe is a prime example of that, and I think a lot of the indie guys should go out and do that in other countries because a lot of indie stuff in the US is just indie US people versus indie US people. It's kind of the same style. But I mean, Samoa Joe can work any style of any kind of wrestling with anybody, and that's what makes him so good.
True. That's a perfect way to describe him. All right, we're gonna go ahead. Next up, current Cruiserweight champion for NXT, Santos Escobar. Just like Keith Lee, this is a prediction. Where do you think he will end up?
It's tough to say because he's in a stable that seems like a lot of other stables we've seen. I'll probably say a B.
Yeah. I think B is a safe answer. What an upside to be an A. Finally, they're taking the 205 or Cruiserweight Championship seriously. I think being in a stable, they should be getting some good stories, some good matches going forward. So we'll see. He looks good with the belt, man. I love the switch he did. Became a heel.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah,
maybe a high B for me.
Yeah, I agree. I'll say B.
He just needs that great. I need to see some good matches from him.
Yeah, I think that's why it's hard to tell right away.
True. All right. Next up, we've got the original NXT champion, the man who won it in a tournament. Unlike Pat Patterson, it was real. Seth Rollins. Looking back at his notes, he defeated Jinder Mahal to become the inaugural champion. His first defense was against Michael McGillicuddy, also known as Curtis Axel. And when he debuted on Raw with the Shield, he was still NXT champion.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's weird. He didn't carry the title with him. He just did the Shield thing.
Yeah, of course.
I didn't watch this run either, so I can't really grade it.
I'm gonna give him. All right, go ahead, Eric.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I want to note first, he beat Jinder Mahal to win the belt. In that tournament, he also beat Curtis Axel and Drew McIntyre, where McIntyre was fired to advance. His run wasn't that good. This is before the TakeOver days, and he was great, but he didn't really have competition to go against. So his matches weren't the best. So I think a high B I'll give him, because he was the first.
Okay. I was gonna say B. Just reading first. Yeah, I'll agree with that.
So since I didn't watch like the first couple years of NXT, was it more like OVW or was it more like NXT is now?
Definitely not how it is now. Like, do you ever watch like FCW?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly like that. It truly felt like developmental.
Okay.
Yeah. It was just like matches for matches' sake, just to get on ready with some storylines starting to sprinkle in. All right. We're going to go ahead. Shinsuke Nakamura. Where would you put him at, Zach?
I'm going to put him in A.
I'll agree. This was the coolest he ever was in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
This man getting an S.
Oh, really?
Above everyone else. This man, on TakeOver flew in on a glider. It doesn't matter what else he did. It doesn't matter. Oh man, I desperately miss this Shinsuke Nakamura. Those entrances alone with the violin just coming out like the coolest looking dude ever. I miss that face Shinsuke.
Yeah.
I wish I'd go back to that eventually because the heel stuff ain't really working anymore.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not gonna vote to keep him there, but just to have him be there for a moment. The peak Shinsuke in WWE, I'll put him in S. I'll change my vote.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really enjoying going down memory lane of him as champ. I just, man, was he just good on all aspects.
He was. Oh, man. It was his first match against Sami Zayn? Is that what I'm thinking of?
Yeah, that was his first match.
Yeah, man.
That Sami Zayn one. Oh, my gosh. There's so much stuff he was doing. He felt like the New Japan Shinsuke, not like the watered-down one yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, he felt so fresh when he came in.
He did an interview recently. He talked about how he and Cesaro both still have hopes for being WWE champion. So I hope in some way he can convince Vince to let him be this Shinsuke in some way.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go ahead. Next up, the first Cruiserweight champion of the modern era, TJP, won it in a Cruiserweight championship, defeated Grand Metalik. Knock, you said you had some thoughts for this. What are your thoughts?
The only reason I'm not giving this as a D because I can't put him next to Kalisto. It's getting a C for me because he was the first champ. He won the tournament, then he was awarded the belt. His run was never good, though. It just dropped off. The tournament gave the Cruiserweight so much buzz, and once he debuted on Raw, it just fell off. I like this guy a lot, but the reign was terrible.
Yeah. This is a dumb way to, I guess, predict success, but when he came in and the Triple H gave him the title, I thought Triple H saw so much in him. Like, Triple H was excited for him to be champion. I was like, okay, maybe Hunter knows something we don't. I'll give him a chance. But as good a wrestler as he is, the range is not equal what I was expecting.
Yeah.
So I'll say
yeah. He can eat his lunch at the same table as Kalisto. I did not like this at all.
I think that.
Oh,
Come across so cocky, and then like you're not really delivering to me on screen, you know?
Yeah. The thing I liked the most about him was just his theme song. After that, I tuned out.
It gave me
he had a lot going for him production-wise.
Oh, man. But we're going to go ahead right now. He's in the C cone. Might veto him lower later. Right now, Tommaso Ciampa. Where is... I'm sorry, I can't call another man daddy. Where's Tommaso Ciampa going?
Good catch.
Where is Tommaso going? I'm voting S.
Man, I'm sorry. I'm like deep into season 3 of The Shy, and there's a storyline that involves Daddy, and it's just I don't know. You just brought that right back to me. Disturbing.
Oh man.
BioShock Infinite we're playing.
Oh, that's right. Oh man. Dude, I think this is Tommaso's peak. I kind of get what people say about NXT now. Like back when what's his name, Seth Rollins and Randy Orton say, "Oh, it's just training. You guys aren't in the big leagues yet." I kind of get it now because Tommaso's not going to be a 2-time NXT champion. They're not going to give it back to him. They're going to move forward with other talent.
He needs to.
Yeah.
I love the whole like Goldie and his obsession with this, and like he needs to get back to this title. He identifies with his title so much, and in a good way.
Yeah. He
was
a damn good heel. I almost want to say NXT's best heel.
Yeah,
I think he had to have been, honestly.
Yeah.
Like Joe was a badass heel. KO was a good heel too, actually.
Yeah.
I think Ciampa surpassed him though.
Ciampa's just like he's just a villain. Like he is I don't know, he's just like this villain. Like in any comic book or G.I. Joe or something, like he's just awesome.
100%. Anyone disagree with the S ranking? Anyone lower? All right.
No, I think he's the last. Well, I don't want to say that Adam Cole, but I mean, like he was like the last to me I don't know, just like big deal champ, I guess.
Yeah.
True.
His reign was better than Gargano's.
Yeah, that was.
He won me over so much too because I hated when he turned against Gargano. I didn't see them doing well on their own. They both proved me completely wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did not think Ciampa would be good solo or as champion.
Yeah, to be honest, I did not like DIY.
Yeah.
I don't know why they just didn't like. It took them to split for me to see what those two were really about.
I can get that.
Okay.
All right, Ciampa, S rank, and finally, the last chance to get somebody into S rank to join Neville. I forgot his name already, so he's not going there.
Oh God. The premier athlete.
Tony Nese, thank you. I'm sorry, Paul, but I am going to give this a D. The build-up was coming. We all knew he was going to take it from Cedric. I'm sorry, Buddy, but like I'm forgetting everything tonight. If you know that you're going to be champion that far ahead, I don't know, maybe go to class and get personality. Like, get ready for it.
Yeah.
Like, his reign was so uneventful.
He wasn't a good face. He was a better heel, but that's not saying much.
Yeah. I almost want to say F, but Kali still deserves to be there alone.
No, I wouldn't go that far. This guy, he's good at a ring. I like it. It just he needs a lot more.
Yeah, I'll go with D. So, Zach, you agree? D?
I'm really tempted to say F.
Yeah.
I
was gonna
hate
push
when
for C,
people with
but I
no
guess never mind.
personalities get a title. Like, I don't know. To me, you gotta have everything to have a title.
Yeah.
But I know this is the Cruiserweight one. It's not IC or even US champion. So
he's got that Mania win in his defense.
And that makes me want to put him in F even more. He did not, oh, God. Giving him a Mania win? Look at that picture. It just makes me... You know what? I'm changing mine to F. I'm sorry. No.
Damn. I thought I was helping his case.
It's up to you, Zach. Where's it going?
Oh, just leave him there. I didn't like him as champ.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know how he... I'm sorry, Paul. I'm sure he's a nice guy. He's got abs for days, but just failed.
Yeah, and it didn't help coming off the Buddy Murphy run, like how great the stock of the title was after Buddy Murphy.
Yeah, I think that really pissed me off too about it. So
yeah, and I'm nothing against Dana Brooke, but Charlotte and Dana and Tony Nese and Buddy were doing the exact same storyline, and Dana did it better. People were actually cheering for Dana.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I remember I liked Dana until like I started seeing more of her. But around that time with Charlotte, that was a good storyline for her.
Yeah. All right, that's everybody. We're gonna go ahead, get to the veto part of the video. If you want to move anyone anywhere, now is the time. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to you, Knock. Do you want to veto anyone to a different spot?
Let me see. Let's put Garza. No, I'm good actually. It's fine. It looks good to me.
Okay, how about you, Zach?
I think I'm okay.
Yeah. I was trying to see if there's any cruiserweight that really deserves that S rank.
Yeah.
Before we give Neville that automatic win, but I think
Closest be Buddy, but not quite there.
And I think a problem with Buddy was the lack of storytelling from the writers, and also lack of someone to really take him down.
Yeah, he was just doing everything.
He was. All right, in that case, then I'm gonna do a heel turn. Now we all know Neville's gonna win this, but just let history has it that in some format Enzo was an S rank.
Oh no, hell no!
Enzo is an S rank, and we're gonna get straight to the voting. Who votes for Neville to stay as the winner?
I'll
no,
vote for that.
sure.
All right, Enzo, back into A. We all saw it. There's proof. Enzo at one point.
All right, and now that we see him in A class, I don't need my veto to drop in the D. I can't see him on the same level as Samoa Joe.
You know what? That's fine. I thought you were gonna do it originally.
I overlooked him. I was not even looking. I forgot about him until you told me.
All right. I can live with that. He was an S rank for a while. Now he's a D. All right. Now we gotta get to the voting for the NXT champions. This one is tough.
Man. Yeah, this is really hard.
I think I know who I'm going to vote for, so I'm going to go ahead and put my vote early for Tommaso Ciampa.
Okay.
Zach, who are you giving your vote to?
I'm going to say Adam Cole because, again, I've never wanted the belt to stay on someone for that long. I mean, a couple people, I guess, but I mean, especially a heel and a heel that's in a faction, he just did it right. Like, I mean, that was a champ. And putting on awesome matches. It wasn't like Goldberg matches or Brock matches.
Yeah.
These BS matches.
Completely.
I would like to vote for Shinsuke, but for the sake of the tiebreaker between Cole and Ciampa,
Hey, you can vote for
Shinsuke. You can vote for Shinsuke. We can
try to sell him to us.
Yeah.
the glider man. That's all. No, but I'm gonna give my vote to Cole. I love Adam.
Okay, that's very fair.
And he did, go on the main roster. What was the Survivor Series match again? Did he win that one?
Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne?
Yeah.
Survivor Series?
After doing War Games.
I wasn't sure if he crossed over. Okay, yeah, War Games matches. He has too much under his belt to vote against him.
He does. And they should give this man time off because they've asked him, I think 2 years in a row to do War Games and then the main roster.
Yeah.
And then a lot of big bumps. The Gargano match is a lot of big bumps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. There are winners. King of the Cruiserweight, Neville, S rank. Adam Cole, baby, S. We got time, so I'll go down real quick. Tommaso Ciampa, Shinsuke Nakamura, Kevin Owens, Andrade, Joe, Buddy Murphy, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, bask in his glory, Neville again for the NXT Championship, Santos Escobar, Angel Garza, Aleister Black, Big E Langston, Bo Dallas, Glorious Bobby Roode, Cedric Alexander, Johnny Freaking Wrestling, Lio Rush, Rich Swan, Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn, Drew McIntyre, Brian Kendrick, Drew Gulock, Jordan Devlin, TJP, Enzo Amore, I was about to say Michael Nakazawa, Akira Tozawa. I'm going to change that because Kalisto should be last. Tony Nese, and finally Kalisto. I hope you were following along because I didn't say the grades. I hope you saw me doing it. That's how it goes. That's the grading. Thank you guys for being a part of it. I think I like to look at this list. It's a good one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we hope to catch you guys around more and enjoy the rest of our videos. Keep an eye out. We're going back to Monday releases for the podcast. We'll put comment in the other video soon, but otherwise, catch you guys later.
Peace out, y'all.